Hi guys, welcome to the bloodshed. I am in the shed, I promise. There's my big heater. I just don't have the lights on. Usually it's not dark when we film up here. Not that there's not electricity up here, obviously we watch movies up here and stuff, but I just couldn't be fucked on the light shed. I'm comfy. But nice atmosphere. I have a candle going. Ooh, spooky. But no. I think I mentioned that we don't have like really a theater around here. It's not like we don't have like a Cineplex or anything. I don't know why I'm talking so low. I think it's because I'm so close to the camera and it's like, it's different up here. I'm still getting used to filming in the bloodshed and used to this more organic, natural way of filming. I don't know. It was just getting too stressful trying to put on that act and air all the time. But anyway, we don't have a theater around here. So we don't get the new movies when everybody else gets the new movies. And I just watched the new Scream movie for the first time and I'm feeling all sorts of ways about it. Scream is really important to me. Growing up, like I was born in the 80s. Growing up, like I was kind of a scaredy cat for a while. There's actually like a storm going on outside, so like the wind is very atmospheric as well. So that's what you hear if you hear like craziness. There's kind of a storm going on where I live. So power probably would have went out anyway. Or it's probably going to go out. Anyway. Growing up in the 80s, I was kind of a scaredy cat growing up, really. And I really didn't watch all that many horror movies, but like, I seen a few, like, later on, like, I did see, like, the Chucky movies, and like, Gremlins, and stuff like that, Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I seen a couple of those, but, like, my friends would be watching them, and I'd be kind of, like, peekabooing. But I was kind of like a bit of, I think like all of us, we didn't have a good time of it in like the higher grades or in school at all. So like I was kind of a bit of an outcast kid. So eventually getting older, I just kind of kept myself a lot. I had some friends, but I kept myself a lot and I ran a lot of movies. And the first actual horror movie that I rented myself and sat down and watched was Scream. And that's where this all came from. That's where the absolute love started, was watching Scream. And I think I rented that movie every weekend for like I swear I watched that movie over and over and over and over. I just absolutely loved it. And then Scream 2 came out, and that's what got me into horror. I love Scream so much that within like maybe the first 2 years that it was out, I had the script memorized. Like, this was my movie, and it still is. My favorite horror movie of all time is Scream. So I get nervous when these new movies come out because like, there's not a Scream I don't like for its own way, but like after Scream 3 you get wary, right? Then they came out with Scream 4. Now I loved Scream 4, absolutely love Scream 4, but I was nervous about this one because this one just had a feel to it. It was really making me nervous, and I seen all the reviews go up and I didn't read any of them. I didn't watch any of y'all's videos on it, so I didn't watch any of y'all's videos on Scream, the new one, because I needed to go in this as blind as possible. The only thing that got spoiled for me was I'm a big fan of Dead Meat, and I was so excited that they came back off their honeymoon or whatever their wedding break, and had their first podcast out, that I did hear that spoilers, so anyone hasn't seen it, I'm trying to stay spoiler free because sometimes some movies I don't want to spoil for people, okay? But James A. Janice from Dead Meat. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of his wife as well. Like, Chelsea, I think she's so cute. But I did hear on their podcast. Hang on, my throat's dry. One sec. Sorry about that. That's gonna end up being left in because I don't edit anymore. I don't even put I don't have an editing program on my phone. I just ramble and upload. That's what I'm doing, so that's gonna stay in. I don't know why my throat got so dry so quick. It happens. But I have a bottle of water now, so we're good. Anyway, I was on a big emotional rant about Scream and how protective I am of the franchise. But this, like, I don't know y'all's opinion. Y'all could have hated this. You really could have, and I respect the fuck out of that. I respect everyone's opinion. Just because I'd like to have mine respected, so why wouldn't I, as long as it's not like something is hurting anybody, you know, your opinion on a horror movie has no effect on me. But this was just fan service. And I am a fan who has very happily been serviced. Like, yeah. Oh, right, I was saying that I knew about the Dead Meat thing. I knew about that, the little clip. But that was fine. That just made me more excited to see it. Like, hey, Easter egg. But Easter eggs, don't even get me started about Easter eggs. I'm not going to point any of them out, but, like, if you know, you know. Right down to a character gets the same wound as a character from one of the other movies, not particularly just the first movie, one of the other, like, and it turns out that gets flipped. It's amazing like that. Like, it's an if you know, you know thing, right? So, I just wanted to gush about the movie. Like, within the first 10 minutes I was clapping and like, yeah, and then I realized that not everybody's gonna, spoiler, but everybody's probably seen it by now who's gonna seen it, unless you're living in the boons like me and you don't have a big theater that gets stuff when it actually gets released. You always late to the game with these things. But yeah, you just know in this one that one of the three is gonna go because, you know, it's time, and it happens, and I cried. But it's quite the spectacle, and it harkens back to an actual phrase from the original where Stu says you split him from groin to sternum, and that's what happens. Yeah, this movie made me emotional right down, like, when Red Right Hand starts playing, and it's like, oh, like my heart, right? And Dewey, when he walks up, and the music, he's walking up to the house, like, Dewey to the rescue, and, like, Dewey to the rescue music, the Dewey to the rescue music, you know, plays, and it was so great. I wish I didn't have to see it by myself, because Mr. Sheldon is not here, as you can tell. He's working tonight, so, you know, I had to distract myself somehow, so I took in a movie. So, obviously, if I was going to watch a movie and had access to this movie, it was going to be this movie. But yeah, I don't know if someday I'll, like, sit down and, like, really get into what this franchise means to me, but, like, we all have that franchise, don't we? We all have that movie or that franchise that just gets you. That's just right here. It's like, what's your favorite the horror franchise? It's Scream for me. I do believe Sheldon's, he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it's Child's Play for Sheldon. He's a very big Chucky fan. But yeah, but I know his favorite horror movie, I do believe, is the Evil Dead remake. But he'll correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I've rambled for 10 minutes and had, like, a coughing fit in the middle of this, so y'all are probably sick of seeing me now in my spookiness here, but I just needed to have some verbal diarrhea about Scream and how much I loved it. And now I can go and I can turn my TV back on here and I can go and watch all your guys' thoughts on it. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to be doing now until he gets off work. Is I'm going to turn my TV on. I don't know why it's back on. And I'm going to watch all of your guys' thoughts on the Scream movie, because y'all got to see it long before I did. And oh boy, was it hard not to watch your videos on it, because I really want to know what people think, but I really needed to go into this unspoiled. Like, this was important to me. And I've been waiting and watching for this to be available where I'm to, and it became available. I'm so glad it is. Like, it's not going to be my favorite in the franchise. Maybe might be third. Might be tossed up between this one and Scream 4 for third. Scream 3 is... I love it for what it is, but Scream 3 is the bottom of the barrel. But yeah. Scream, the first is always going to be my favorite, and the second one is amazing, but it'll bounce back and forth between this. Like, as soon as it comes out on Blu-ray, it's mine. Like, I have to have it. Like, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go and see what you guys thought about it. Thank you for watching this weird... Thank you for coming to my shed talk, okay? Thanks for sticking with me, the few of you that are still there. And I will see you guys probably on Tuesday with my partner in crime, probably with me again. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.